windswept plains, ancient monoliths, and stones that have witnessed millennia. Welcome to Stonehenge. This iconic wonder standing proudly on Salisbury Plain has captivated imaginations for centuries. When you see these massive stones arranged with astonishing precision over 4,500 years, you can't help but feel a deep connection to the past. But what makes Stonehenge even more fascinating is the mystery that surrounds it. Who built it? Why? How? While Stonehenge is the main attraction, it's far from the only place worth visiting in the area. If you're making the trip, why not make it unforgettable? So in this video, I'll not only share my experience at Stonehenge, but also show you 6 incredible destinations you can easily add to your itinerary. From the Roman grandeur of Bath and the storybook villages of the Cotswolds, to the dramatic cliffs of Seven Sisters National Park, and the stunning coastline of Durdle and the Jurassic Coast. And of course, I'll cover a little bit of London, a perfect launch point for your adventure. Whether you're planning a quick trip or crafting an entire Stonehenge day trip, stick around. I've got practical tips, hidden gems, and the best ways to make the most of your time in this historic region. Getting to Stonehenge is pretty straightforward. If you're driving, there's a large parking lot at the visitor center. If you're coming by public transport, the nearest train station is Salisbury, where you can hop on the Stonehenge tour bus. This bus takes you directly there and includes an audio guide, which is a great way to learn about the area before you even arrive. Once you get to the visitor center, this is where you'll check in and pick up your tickets if you haven't booked them online already, which I do highly recommend since entry is timed and spots can sell out. Inside, there's a museum-style exhibit with fascinating artifacts from the area, plus a gift shop and a cafe if you need a break before heading to the stones. To reach Stonehenge itself, you have 2 options: a shuttle bus that runs every 5 minutes or a 30-minute scenic walk through the open fields. The bus is the fastest way, and as soon as you step off, you'll catch your first glimpse of the stones in the distance. It's a surreal moment seeing them appear on the horizon. From where the bus drops you off, it's just a short walk before you're standing face to face with one of the most mysterious landmarks in the world. I finally made it to the famous Stonehenge. I was on my way from Bath to Seaford and decided to stop and see Stonehenge because it was right along the way, and I figured it would be a pretty easy stop along the way, so I'm happy to be here. This has been a bucket list item of mine for a while, and I'm very excited to be here, and I'm very lucky that it is a beautiful, cloudy, but also sunny day, and it's not raining. As soon as you step off the bus or finish that 30-minute walk from the visitor center, you'll catch your first close-up glimpse of Stonehenge. The path leads you toward the circle, and while you can't walk inside the stones unless you book a special tour, the regular visitor route takes you around the site in a way that gives you incredible views from every angle. One thing to prepare for is the wind. This is a completely open landscape with little to no shelter, so if you're here on a chilly or rainy day, dress accordingly. But that same wide open setting is also what makes the experience so surreal. There's something incredible about seeing those towering stones rising from the earth, standing exactly where they have for 4,500 years. So what's the story behind Stonehenge? The truth is, we don't know for sure, which is part of what makes it so fascinating. Archaeologists believe construction began around 3000 BC, and over centuries, people gradually arranged these massive stones into the formation we see today. Some of the stones, called blue stones, were transported from Wales over 150 miles away, which is mind-blowing when you think about the tools they had at the time. The most popular theory? Stonehenge was likely a ceremonial or religious site. And if you're visiting during the summer or winter solstice, you'll witness the sun aligning perfectly with the stones, suggesting that ancient people used this site to track the movement of the sun and seasons. And as you walk around, you'll see informational plaques explaining different sections, and if you're using the audio guide, you'll even get more insight into the history and mysteries of this place. No matter how many photos you've seen, being here in person is something else. It feels almost otherworldly, like stepping into a time far beyond our own. I only had an hour to do Stonehenge, so I recommend if you only have a short amount of time to take the bus from the visitor center parking lot to Stonehenge. It's about a 2-minute bus ride, and then just a few minute walk to the actual stones, and you can be able to go around. There is a free path that does take about 30 minutes from the car park to the Stonehenge where you see behind me, and there's a path that's along it as well, so you can still get a pretty decent view. You can't go around the circle, but if you're looking to do this for free and get a really beautiful walk-in, I recommend doing that as well. When you visit Stonehenge, there are a few things you'll want to keep in mind to enhance your experience. For starters, Stonehenge is an open-air site, so it is important to prepare for the elements. Depending on the time of year, you might face rain, wind, or intense sun, so packing a light waterproof jacket or sun protection is a good idea. The stones themselves can feel almost otherworldly, and depending on the time of day, there can be a completely different atmosphere at sunrise or sunset. And if you're visiting during high tourist season, crowds can get heavy, especially in the middle of the day. To avoid this, I recommend arriving early or later in the afternoon for a more peaceful experience. For me, I arrived as soon as it opened in the morning and was able to get one of the first buses out there and had very few people, so I recommend doing that if you can. And before you leave Stonehenge, be sure to visit the Visitor Center Museum. It houses incredible artifacts like ancient tools and pottery, giving you a glimpse into life during the Neolithic period. Before you leave Stonehenge, be sure to visit the Visitor Center Museum. It houses incredible artifacts like ancient tools and pottery, giving you a glimpse into life during the Neolithic period. One of the highlights is the immersive 360-degree exhibit, which shows what Stonehenge may have looked like throughout the seasons. Also, don't miss the replica Neolithic houses outside the museum. These huts are exact recreations of what ancient people would have lived in around the Stonehenge when it was built. Made of chalk and straw, they offer a hands-on experience to life in the Stone Age. Sometimes there are live demonstrations where you can learn about ancient construction methods or see flint knapping in action. And when you're at the stones, be sure to take your time. Whether you're walking around the circle or capturing photos, there's a unique sense of history here that you'll want to fully soak in. Just remember, the stones are off limits to touch unless you've booked a special access tour. Stick to the paths and enjoy the grandeur of this mysterious monument to the past. So now that you've soaked in the awe-inspiring history of Stonehenge, let's talk about some amazing places nearby that you can continue your journey through England's picturesque countryside and rich history. So whether you're looking for quaint villages, stunning natural landscapes, or more historical sites, there's plenty to explore that's just a short distance from Stonehenge. So let's dive into a few of the best options you can easily add to your trip. First up, the Cotswolds. This region is often described as one of England's most beautiful, and it's very easy to see why. Think charming villages, rolling hills, and quaint stone cottages. Some of the most picturesque spots include Avebury, often called the most beautiful villages in England. Here you'll find the famous Arlington Row, a row of weavers' cottages that date back to the 14th century. Another charming Cotswold village you should visit is Castle Combe, a place that looks like it's straight out of a fairy tale with its stone bridges, flower-filled cottages, and peaceful streets. And don't forget to stop by Burford, a market town that's known for its ancient buildings and quaint shops, perfect for a leisurely stroll. The Cotswolds will leave you with plenty of memorable moments, and it's just an hour-and-a-half drive from Stonehenge. Next, let's head to Bath, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Bath is a city that offers a perfect mix of history, stunning architecture, and natural beauty. The Roman baths are an absolute must-see, where you can explore the ancient bathing complex that dates back nearly 2,000 years. Afterward, take a walk through the stunning Georgian architecture along Royal Crescent and the Circus. You'll feel like you've stepped into a different era. Bath is about an hour to an hour-and-a-half drive from Stonehenge, so it's a perfect day trip or an overnight stay. Plus, the city is also famous for its thermal spas, so if you're looking to relax and unwind, this place is perfect to do so. Now moving to Big Bad London, which is just an hour's drive from Stonehenge. Whether you're into history, culture, or shopping, London has something for everyone. And you can visit iconic landmarks like the Tower of London, Buckingham Palace, and of course, Big Ben. And if you're more into art, the British Museum is a must-see with its incredible collection spanning thousands of years. And if you're a fan of theater, don't miss a West End show. The possibilities in London are endless, and with only about an hour and a half between Stonehenge and the city, you'll easily have time to take in a few iconic sites before heading back. For nature lovers, one place that's not to be missed is Seven Sisters National Park, located along the southeast coast of England. Just about 2 hours from Stonehenge, this stunning park offers dramatic white chalk cliffs, sweeping views of the English Channel, and some of the best coastal walks in the country. A walk along the cliffs provides breathtaking views and plenty of opportunities for incredible photo spots. It's an amazing spot to add to your trip if you're looking for a combination of natural beauty and history. Next, we have the iconic Durdle Door and Jurassic Coast. About 2 hours southwest of Stonehenge, Durdle Door is a natural limestone arch on the Dorset coast. It's one of the most photographed landmarks in England, and once you see it in person, it's easy to understand why. The entire area is part of the Jurassic Coast, a UNESCO World Heritage Site famous for its stunning cliffs, fossil-rich beaches, and dramatic rock formations. Whether you're into hiking, photography, or simply enjoying the sea breeze, Durdle Door and the surrounding coast offers a truly memorable experience. Finally, for those looking to explore more ancient stones but without the crowds, there's Avebury. Located about 30 minutes from Stonehenge, Avebury is home to the largest stone circle in Europe. And while Stonehenge gets more attention, Avebury offers a quieter, more serene experience. You can walk among the stones, enjoy the peaceful atmosphere without the large crowds. It's a perfect spot if you're fascinated by ancient history but want to enjoy a less commercialized and more immersive experience. So there you have it. Stonehenge is just the beginning of an unforgettable journey through some of England's most beautiful and historic spots. Whether you're exploring the charming Cotswolds, soaking in the history of Bath, or hiking along the stunning Seven Sisters Cliffs, there's no shortage of incredible places to discover nearby. I hope this video gave you some inspiration for your next trip and help you plan an adventure that goes beyond the stones. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more travel tips and destination guides. Thanks for watching and happy travels.